Well, it covers an area the size of Mexico, is the largest electorate in Australia and the second largest in the world. The Western Australian seat of Durack is vast, spanning much of the state north of Perth and comprising a rich patchwork of coastlines, farmland, mining towns and Indigenous communities. Reporter Aaron Fernandez spoke to voters in Karratha in the Pilbara.
In the last decade, the Pilbara region of Western Australia's north has been a powerhouse of economic growth for the state and the country. But in recent years, communities here have had to contend with the volatility of the mining industry. Ben Malley saw the city of Karratha stretched to capacity by global demand for resources. He wants to see any future mining boom provide long-term benefits for local businesses.
There's a lot of people that are struggling, in business at the moment, for sure. If it could be released slowly so that the businesses here could grow with the boom, so to speak, would be the best case scenario.
Quinn Tram Lee moved to Karratha to work in early education. She's preparing to vote for the first time as an Australian citizen and wants to see change in the childcare industry.
The wages for the labour who work in the childcare services is really low, and if you evaluate right the childcare educator, maybe in the future the education in Australia is getting better.
Tour operator Clinton Walker believes there should be more effort to promote Indigenous tourism as a means of employment for first Australians.
Part of why I think it's important is because it keeps us grounded in our culture. When you compare the dollar between tourism and resources industry, the tourism dollar stays in the community and the economy much longer.
He wants to see the conversation shift from closing remote Aboriginal communities to growing them into sustainable businesses.
There was a push to remove Aboriginal people from those said communities, putting more funding in towards Indigenous tourism. For me, I see is very important.
Durack is a safe seat for the government, held by Liberal candidate Melissa Price on a very comfortable margin. But voters here say they want not just a representative, but an advocate in the parliament. On the family farm 300 kilometres east of Perth, Jesse Davis says agricultural businesses are struggling with poor telecommunications.
Our individual farm is spending thousands of dollars a year to get good internet, and that is not reflective of what our city counterparts are doing.
She believes politicians are out of touch.
I think they're too far removed from what regional Australia wants and needs. I'd really like to see more support behind our farmers and our producers, because I think people need to know what happens day to day on farm.
It's a challenge almost as big as the electorate itself. Aaron Fernandez, SBS World News.